Imagine checking your blood sugar first thing in the morning. You skipped dinner. You didn't eat breakfast. Maybe you've even been fasting for 16 hours. Yet somehow, your blood sugar is higher than it was the night before. Wait, what? Shouldn't fasting make your blood sugar go down? This strange phenomenon confuses millions of people every year. Some even think they're doing something wrong, while others give up fasting altogether because they believe it's not working. But here's the surprising truth. Your body may actually be doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And once you understand why this happens, you'll never look at your morning blood sugar the same way again. Let's dive in. What really happens when you stop eating? Most people think blood sugar only comes from food. Eat carbohydrates. Blood sugar rises. Stop eating. Blood sugar falls. Simple, right? Not exactly. Your body is much smarter than that. Imagine your body as a house. The food you eat every day is like groceries you bring home. You don't leave all your groceries sitting on the kitchen counter. Instead, you store most of them away for later. Your body does the same thing. Some of the glucose from your meals is used immediately for energy. The rest is stored inside your liver and muscles as glycogen, while excess energy is stored as body fat. Think of these as your body's emergency fuel reserves. And they're incredibly important. Because your body never wants to run out of energy. Not even while you're sleeping. Your body has a backup plan. Here's something amazing. Even if you don't eat for hours, your brain, your heart, and every important organ still needs fuel. So instead of waiting for you to eat breakfast, your body simply opens its own energy storage. Your liver begins releasing stored glucose back into the bloodstream. It's like taking food out of your refrigerator when the kitchen counter is empty. This process happens every single day. In fact, if your body couldn't do this, most of us wouldn't even make it through one night without serious problems. That's how important this system is. But there's another piece of the puzzle that most people never hear about. The hormones working behind the scenes. Many people think insulin is the only hormone that controls blood sugar. It isn't. Several other hormones are constantly working behind the scenes. When you stop eating, insulin naturally decreases. At the same time, hormones like glucagon, cortisol, growth hormone, and adrenaline begin to increase. These hormones send a simple message to your liver. Release more fuel. Your liver listens. It starts breaking down stored glycogen and releasing glucose into your bloodstream. This is why blood sugar doesn't always fall during fasting. Sometimes it actually rises. And that's completely normal. But there's one specific time when this becomes even more noticeable. The dawn phenomenon. Have you ever noticed your highest blood sugar reading happens first thing in the morning? Before breakfast? Even though you haven't eaten all night? You're not alone. This is known as the dawn phenomenon. Several hours before you wake up. Usually between about 4 and 8 in the morning. Your body starts preparing you for the day. It releases a wave of hormones designed to help you wake up feeling alert and energized. Those same hormones also tell your liver to release glucose. It's your body's natural morning boost. Think of it as your internal alarm clock. Instead of coffee, your body gives you energy from its own fuel reserves. For people with healthy insulin function, the pancreas quickly releases enough insulin to keep blood sugar relatively stable. The increase is usually so small they never notice it. But for people with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, things are different. Why blood sugar can rise so much? When the liver releases glucose, your body still needs insulin to move that glucose into your cells. If your cells don't respond well to insulin, the glucose stays in your bloodstream longer. So instead of a small rise, blood sugar can climb much higher. This often surprises people. They think, I haven't eaten anything, why is my glucose going up? The answer is simple. The glucose didn't come from breakfast. It came from your own stored energy. Your body isn't making extra sugar for no reason. It's simply using fuel that was already stored there. Does this mean fasting isn't working? This is where many people make a mistake. They see higher morning blood sugar, assume fasting has failed, and stop fasting altogether. But one high reading doesn't tell the whole story. Remember, your body is moving stored glucose out of storage. That's exactly what fasting is designed to encourage. Over time, as those stored energy reserves decrease and insulin sensitivity improves, many people notice their fasting blood sugar becomes more stable. Progress doesn't always happen in a straight line. Sometimes your body has to release stored fuel before those numbers begin to improve. That's why consistency matters more than a single reading. Can fasting cause dangerous low blood sugar? This is another common concern. For most healthy people who are not taking glucose-lowering medications, the body has several built-in safety systems. If blood sugar begins to drop, the liver releases more glucose. As fasting continues, the body also starts producing ketones from stored fat. Ketones become an alternative fuel source for the brain. This helps reduce the body's dependence on glucose. However, if you're taking insulin or certain diabetes medications, fasting can increase the risk of low blood sugar. That's because the medication may continue lowering glucose even when you're not eating. If you're considering fasting and you're on diabetes medication, always work with your healthcare provider before making major dietary changes. Safety should always come first. The big takeaway. So if your blood sugar rises during a fast, don't panic. It doesn't automatically mean you're doing something wrong. In many cases, it's simply your body accessing stored energy exactly the way it was designed to. The dawn phenomenon is a normal biological process. The difference is that people with insulin resistance often see a much larger increase. Understanding what's happening inside your body can help you make smarter decisions instead of reacting to a single blood sugar reading. Because the number on your glucose meter tells only part of the story. Your body is constantly working behind the scenes to keep you alive, energized, and functioning, even while you sleep. And once you understand that, those morning numbers become a lot less mysterious. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more science-backed health videos that simplify complex topics into practical advice you can actually use. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.